Hey guys, my name is Ryan O'Kelly. I'm with Bruckner Truck Sales here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I'm here today to do a quick walk around with you guys over the 2020 Mack Granite Quad Axle dumps that we have in inventory. We've currently got 5 of these trucks. Yeah, as you can see, we've got them piled up. We've also got another tri sitting over there. But I'm gonna do a quick walk around on one of these trucks, show you the benefits and features, and what makes this truck the lightest one on the market. 2020 Mack Granite Quad Axle dump truck at Bruckner Truck Sales. We have 5 of these in Tulsa currently. We spec this truck here locally to meet the needs of our local customers as well as any other state that runs off of federal bridge law. This truck is adequately equipped to meet the needs of those customers and beyond. We are seeing scale weights that are not attainable by any other competitor. This truck is in many places taking the place of guys that have been previously running an in-dump trailer. So we'll start on a little walkthrough on this truck. We'll start at the beginning here. So your hood, you're looking at a 2-piece molded hood for reliability versus a layered fiberglass hood, which would be significantly heavier. This hood we have shown that has a very good strength throughout the winter months, very little cracking, as well as your headlights are a Lexon coat headlight or headlamp assembly, very durable against rocks and debris of the road, as well as your fenders here are kind of a molded plastic that have a little bit of give for if you're on the job site or going through the quarry or what have you. You don't have to worry about tearing a fender off. Also here you can see you've got a very adequate splash well, wraps around the back of the tire, keep from throwing up debris onto your air tanks. You go back up here to the front. We have multiple options on the bumper. This one just being a flat steel bumper with a step loop, which is definitely not needed with our hood, being it's a gas shock assisted hood. I'm not exactly a tall statured guy, and I've got absolutely no problem lifting this hood. You've also got your exposed D-rings here. Another beauty of this hood, of this truck, having a sloped front, is the driver's view at all points, wrapping around to the front of the truck. It's got great visibility of anything that might obscure or might be an obstruction or people walking around, and it also gives you easy access to a grab handle. So we'll come around here, go ahead and open this hood up, go ahead and grab this guy. Easy as that, one-handed, both feet on the ground. Another beauty of our hood is this little guy right here. It's a safety latch. Automatically engages whenever you open the hood. And whenever you're ready to close the hood, all you gotta do, flip that switch, opens it back up, and you're able to shut your hood again. The whole point in that is if you're sitting on the side of the road or wherever, you might catch a stiff breeze, keeps the hood from slamming down on your head. And of course there's your assist shocks as well. As you can see, since we got the engine bay opened up, very open, very easy access, low center of gravity on the engine. We have a proprietary splayed frame rail that runs at somewhat of a Y coming towards the front of the truck, allowing us to set our engine lower than our competitors, which is giving you a lower center of gravity, safer, as well as easier access to your service points, right here being your oil fill, your oil check, steering reservoir. Everything is easy to see, easy to reach from the ground. You don't have to climb all over this truck to be able to get to anything. And while we're in here, you can also see on this MP8, it's rated at 445. Really nice thing here that they do for serviceability is our valve cover is a 2-piece valve cover, allowing you to run an overhead without having a bunch of runoff come off the top of your head. Come back on this side here, you can see how easy your access is to your coolant, washer fluid, your air box here, which is a toolless design, be able to replace your air filter, no tools required. Go ahead and flip this hood back down. Grab our Bulldog. One-handed operation, just like that. Set her down. So with our grill being permanently attached to the front of all your cooling equipment, allows us to be able to run a bumper with a bull guard on the front, where that hood will basically loop over the top of it versus having to disassemble a bumper to pull your hood down. We've got the hood down. We'll start moving around the side of the truck. This truck is spec'd with a 18K steer, 2 8K drops, and 40K drives. When we spec this truck specifically for weight reduction to be able to give you the optimal amount of payload capacity, we are speccing this truck to the point where we are seeing 18.5 to 19 tons of capacity depending on driver weight, fuel, etc. So we'll run back through here real quick and go across the side of the truck. As I said, truck spec with an 18K steer. And this one in particular, we have our air tank battery box set right here under the cab. Fuel tank recesses back. We have multiple options on fuel tanks, and something that a lot of guys will spec their truck with a D shaped tank versus the round tank, giving you an optimal amount of fuel capacity per length of tank. But you know, it is an option. Some guys like the look of a round tank a little bit better. But what else we got here? So if you look at your steps, you've got self-cleaning steps coming across the rail. Gives for a nice, safe access into the cab. We do spec these trucks as well with a single frame rail for weight savings purposes. They are adequately, they are the appropriate strength for to be roadworthy. And you come here into our factory installed 8K drops and 40K drives on Mack suspension, which saves us several hundred pounds as well. Another nice thing about having factory installed drop axles as well as a factory installed PTO is that those components are covered off of your factory warranty as well. So you know, and that's something that Mack takes a lot of pride in, is building a truck from the ground up and every component being built in synchronization for each other, so that we don't have to worry about going to a third party to file a warranty claim or whatever. Also coming off the back of the truck, we do a lot of business with Ox bodies. This here is their Chisholm Light body. It's a new body. I believe this has been out for about a year. It's been another good weight saver for us. Just a different build on this body that they've done to be able to save a little bit of weight. We do run a sloped front, no doghouse body on these trucks, which allows us to keep the interior of the body, stay clean without getting a bunch of buildup around a doghouse. And of course your reservoir here, you've got a nice sight glass window to be able to check your fluids. Looking at the back of the truck here, we've got a automatic tailgate that is operated from the tower, Ox Body's tower inside the cab. And come down here and look at your rear ends. So this truck's spec with Meritor rears. We take a lot of pride in the Mack dual reduction top mounted rear, but the reason we spec these trucks with Meritor is to save a little bit of weight. Also wanted to make a point to note that all possible locations of this frame rail are hug bolted. Mack was the pioneer of hug bolting in the industry. A lot of other companies have followed suit, but from the factory, there's your Mack suspension, all hug bolted in. This is a Mack standard. Okay, coming around to the cab. So we have fixed this truck with a cab mounted exhaust, allowing us easy access and a clear shot all the way to the back of the cab. If you needed anything mounted back there, there is room, just as you can see there with that reservoir. We also have a one-piece after treatment system. It's a single can design, very easy with serviceability is great. Another thing that ties in with the efficiency of our after treatment is our wave piston design, which helps burn off any excess fuel. I believe it was like a 90% increase in efficiency of burning off excess fuel inside of the cylinder. which in turn leaves less non-spent gas to be passing through your after treatment, meaning less nitric oxide and less work on your after treatment. Okay, coming back around to the cab of the truck here. Mack has stuck with an all steel cab. It's a galvanized steel cab for a couple of reasons. One being the safety of our drivers. Steel cab is always going to be a little bit tougher than an aluminum riveted cab, less leaking and stronger. We'll talk about coming into the entry of the truck here. You've got 3 points of contact. You've got your self-cleaning steps, your long grab handle with serrations, you can kind of see right here. And you've also got a grab handle right here on your door. And you'll also notice as you come into the truck, in 2018, we had a revision on our interior, some updates, and we feel that it's come a long way. Another nice thing here, from the ground, you have access to your lights to be able to start doing your inspection or your checks. So we'll go ahead and grab our handle. I'm not going to use 3 points of contact since I'm holding my camera here. Another thing you got, your steering wheel has a flat spot, which makes a nice little angle to be able to grab into the cab of the truck. You can kind of see our changes in our interior. Tons of room for guys to be able to get in and out of this truck, especially with the flat spot. I'm a little bit smaller guy, so I don't need quite as much room as some, but slide in here real quick. All right, let her air down a little bit. So here is the cockpit. This is what you're looking at. You've got colored gauges, very visible, easy to read, as well as this truck in particular has an upgraded steering wheel with all your controls for your volume, your radio controls, as well as your phone controls and cruise control. Coming on this side, your left toggle is going to control your brights, your high beam, excuse me, and your turn signal, as well as your wipers. Again, easy access, 1 point of controls for your lights. And then coming on to the right side of the wheel, you've got your right toggle, which is going to operate your in-dash display to be able to run through there. Go ahead and do this real quick. As you can see, this is how you would run through your system. Just like that. And you'll also notice right here we have a pre-trip assist. We hit enter here, and at that point you can engage that and have a single walk around of the entire truck. All lights will flash. Just something that's a nice feature to have, to be able to make a quick walk around of your truck in the mornings. You'll also notice that we have a nice wraparound dash that is driver oriented, faces the driver. This can be configured in multiple different scenarios, which this we've got right now is just an empty hole here. But if a guy wanted to do the infotainment center, which is a touch screen, gives you all those touchscreen options, including Apple CarPlay. You can wire in a backup camera, which sometimes on a big truck like a quad like this, that might not be a bad option. This truck's rigged with a M-Drive HD 13-speed. HD stands for heavy duty, meaning it's got hardened gears and synchros in this transmission. It's made for heavy duty applications. You'll also notice you've got your inner axle and diff lock, as well as an extra switch right here that can be wired for any accessory you want while the key is engaged. Here's going to be your traction control and a factory installed PTO switch. All right, and coming over from your factory installed PTO switch in sequence would come in line over from flipping your PTO switch down to your aux bodies tower, which has all your controls for anything is PTO related. This box has been tied into a harness that is under the frame rail that's been built from the factory. It's an easy plug and play for aux bodies to be able to tap right into our system. And you've got all your controls for your tailgate lock, your lights, your tarper, and these two right here are going to operate your two drop axles. Coming back around, you can see on your dash you've also got your AC controls right here, easy to reach, easy access, and this radio system here is going to be Bluetooth. There are upgrades, but this is going to be our typical spec on a truck like this. Okay guys, that's going to conclude our walk around today. I really appreciate you taking your time to check out this truck with me. If you've got any questions, again, my name is Ryan O'Kelly with Bruckner Truck Sales in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and you can reach me on my cell phone at 918-833-0350. Thank you.